Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. I want to send double honor to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect Akim out there doing this work, wherever you may be. And much love to the scattered elect and to the few sincere women out there that subscribe to the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is the brother you call Amath with the Great Millstone Camp, the branch out here in Omaha, Nebraska, coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, to feed and edify the lost sheep of the nation of Israel through the Holy Spirit, Rachak Wadash. And I wanted to get into this topic of us not getting so attached to this world as we are at the end times, man. You know, now, the Most High, he did mention in the book of Ecclesiastes, you know, how he was going to give us things to make us happy, you know, in a sense, throwing a bone to us, giving us a family to enjoy, you know, giving us a job so that we're able to take care of our families, take care of ourselves, giving us a car, you know, giving us the things that we need to be suffice, not comfortable, but to be suffice as we're passing through this place. Now, though the Yahweh Shema Shai have given these things unto us, we're not to get so attached to them to where it becomes a distraction, to where it becomes the only thing we think about. Because we have to it says in the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter, to what? Set our affections on things on high. All right? Let's actually get that. So, and I do pray that this is an edifying lesson, man. Just wanted to touch on this. All right, but I'll get this precept in the book of, okay, I didn't want to close this out, but this it's all good. So this is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 2, right? It says, I'll start at 1. It says, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. And you know what complements that? You know, the twin scripture is going into the gospel, book of Matthew, the 6th chapter, where it speaks about laying our treasures up in heaven. All right, and as it says here, seek those things which are above in the heavens, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. You know, so that means, pushing the prophecies, you know, for us men, carrying ourselves in proper fashion according to the scriptures. All right. You know, and really seeking those things which are pleasing to the Lord. Okay. Preparing your mind for these end times opposed to the end of your Netflix series. You know, which is nothing wrong with watching though, but you know that you shouldn't get so caught up to where, you know, it throws you off. It says, seek those things which are above. It says, set your affection on things above. Okay. Let's get into this word affection real quick. So when you get into the word affection, it goes into Strong's G 5426, phroneo. Okay. It says to have understanding, be wise. You know, hey, as it's going to say, you can be wise to do evil. You can be wise in being a wicked individual. You can be wise in things that don't matter to the Heavenly Father. To feel, to think. So, you know, your feelings, your thoughts, you know, like everything should be focused on Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, we have our pockets to enjoy the bones that have been thrown onto us. But we shouldn't be enjoying that more than we enjoy the Lord, man. And best believe that Yahweh Shema Shai knows what we enjoy more. He knows our intents and our thoughts. It says to have an opinion of oneself, think of oneself to be modest, not let one's opinion through just of himself exceed the bounds of modesty. Let's skip down. It says to seek one's interests or advantage, to direct one's mind to a thing. There we go. To seek, to strive for. And that's what we're supposed to strive, as it says in the book of Sirach 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth. unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. So as long as we're focused on what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wants us to do, which is doing this work, which is being upright in judgment, that's what we ought to set our affections on. That's what we ought to strive for. All right. So now let's get back to this 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, which that's a bone. To have a woman, no, it's a beautiful thing, man. Companionship is a beautiful thing if you have your woman, but not so much that you're courting her more than you're doing the work. You're courting her more than you're studying in the Lord. You give her more attention or setting your affection on that opposed to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is what it's talking about, because the Most High, as he is a truly balanced power, he gave us. He gave us the same mindset to be balanced. And one of the elder brother here in the camp, he said something. He says it from time to time. But he said, you got to know how to know when to turn that shit off, man. Because if you tend into the world so much, you will get caught up. All right, and that's why I told us in 2 Timothy. The 2nd chapter and the 3rd and the 4th verse, where it speaks about he that striveth for the truth, roughly paraphrasing, shall not entangle himself with the affairs of this life. Which I may get that, but I want to finish this in Corinthians first. So let's read on. It says, "And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." So that means, because we have a reason to smile here and there, or the different things Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given us, as I mentioned, family and stuff, things of that nature, your children, But at the end of the day, we know what time we in. All right, this is why I told us in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, in the 1st verse, to measure the time diligently within itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past that I told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High will begin to visit the world which he made. And we know this by measuring the prophecies, by looking around, being circumspect. Wars and rumors of wars are going on. You have a lot of job layoffs that they're talking about. Okay, I believe the one I seen today was talking about Walmart and some of these superstores that they're going to be doing layoffs. Okay, you have the earthquakes in diverse places. You got planes crashing. There was a plane crash today. I had to look into more details, but 2 planes collided today where I believe 2 people had died, man. Which that's been going on a lot lately. Just as you were saying, at the point in time where they had all these trains derailing, now you got planes falling out the sky. Now you got planes crashing. Okay? So, things are happening right before our eyes, and things are getting tighter. Things are getting more and more hectic, and they're hitting closer and closer to home. Okay? Let's read on. And even the things that we had, let's read this. It says, "And they that buy as though they possess not." So the things that we have, they are temporal, and I'll Lord willing, I'll get that precept, at some point in time in this lesson. But the things that are seen are temporal, man. The Most High gave us cameras to be able to record. That's a luxury, by the way, to do the work. He gave us a vehicle so we can get back and forth to these jobs so we can take care of our family. He gave us certain things, but it says they that possess as though they possess not. So what does that mean? It's talking about leaving things behind. When things get hectic and we're not going to be able to just go to the Walmart or to the Baker's or Sam's Club, we got to be able to leave things behind without worrying about them. This is the times that we're coming into, and one of the brothers here, he said something very, very pinnacle recently, in a roundabout way, just learning how to go without certain things. Because there's going to be a time where you're not going to be able to just do whatever you want to do. You're not going to be able to just hop in your car and go to, you're not going to be able to go to your car, Get your car and go pull up the Burger King because you don't feel like cooking tonight. You know, you ain't gonna be able to just go to your favorite corner store, go get you a bottle, a fifth of Jose Cuervo Gold, you know, because you had a long day. You know, so you know this is that was a very pinnacle statement that brother made, man. Which means knowing how to, you know, Jake got to learn to give things up. You know, and I'm starting with myself. You know, of course, you learn how to give things up, the things that make you comfortable. Learn how to give those things up. Okay, fast from them. You know, even if you can't stop right away, fast from them. You know, then give yourself that at least two times a week, maybe even a week straight, depending on what it is you're fasting from. You know, but let's read on. It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." This world ain't gonna last forever. This ain't where much glory doth abide. Okay, this is Esau Edom's kingdom. This is his heaven. All right, this is our prison. Right now, we're in captivity. We don't have nothing really to enjoy on a long-term basis here in Babylon. So we ain't supposed to be using this word as abusing it. You know, going back to, you know, utilizing the things that have been given unto us. Don't let them become a distraction. Okay, you know, I want to come back to this, but I want to get this precept that I mentioned about things being temporal. I don't want to drop that precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, "While we look not at the things which are seen," okay, "but at the things which are not seen." You know, what's the things that are seen? Tangible things, carnal things. You can touch, taste, smell, see, you know. It says, "But the things which are not seen," what's the things that are not seen right now? What's not seen? The kingdom of heaven, which is all we ought to be seeking after. Okay, we cannot physically see the kingdom of heaven right now. Okay, we cannot physically see the reward that's laid up for us. But we know that there is a reward that's coming to us that the rest of the world do not see. Okay, or cannot fathom, rather. For the things which are seen are what? Temporal. But the things which are not seen are eternal. Now, what does it mean for something to be temporal? You might ask. You know, just get the etymology. And you get the word temporal. I think I spelled it wrong. Damn, apparently I can't spell today. There we go. Temporal. All right. So when you get into the word temporal in the etym online, it says from the late 14th century, worldly. Very first word, worldly, secular, of or pertaining to it says of or pertaining to the present life, terrestrial, earthly. Man, that says a lot, man. That speaks volumes. Yeah, and that shows you that we are not to be too indulged into the flesh. You know? Yeah, they're beautiful women. We like to look at them. Yeah, we like to have a good time, but we know that this ain't shit, man, compared to what we got coming. But this is why I also said in the book of Colossians, I believe it's Colossians, the 3rd chapter, where it spoke about we have lost all to gain the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, because that's what leads us unto salvation, man. That's what leads us unto life everlasting. You know? And to be terrestrial means to be of the flesh. You know, and this is why these bodies, these wretched bodies that we are in, you know, these chains of darkness, as it says in the book of Jude, you know, this is why these bodies are breaking down, we're waiting on the celestial body, waiting on our bodies to be changed, which if you're an Israelite by the seed of your father, you will be changed. Okay, some will have to experience death on this side, but when you inherit the kingdom of heaven as an Israelite, you're going to have a celestial body, man. Okay, that's written within the scriptures. So now let's get back to this 1 Corinthians 7. I want to read just a little bit more, man. All right, I'll read down to about 35. It says, "But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord." So, if you don't have a woman, you're single right now, you're living the so-called bachelor life, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Because when you don't have a woman, you're able to focus more on things that are profitable. As it says here, you're able to focus or to care for the things that belong to the Lord. All right? So that's why it says, seek not to, if thou art loosed, seek not to be bound. If you ain't in a relationship, don't go looking for no relationship if you're a man of the Lord. When because it says this, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife, because that's what comes with it. You go and get yourself a woman, which woman and wife are synonymous. They mean the same thing when you look into the word. Okay, when you get yourself a woman, you're gonna start caring about how to please her. Taking her out on dates. Watching movies with her. Going, whatever. You're gonna start caring about things of the world, so you can please her. Because women are fickle, man. They need that attention. They need you to be there in their face all day. They want you to be in their face all day. Not need you, but they want you to be in their face all day. In order to keep her happy, if you're weak in the spirit, that's what you're gonna do. Okay. So this is why it says, if thou art loose, seek not to be bound. There's a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And that goes into how you have women, that may have a husband that's not necessarily of the fold of Yahweh Shema Shai, but out of order, for the sake of order, if a woman has a husband like that, she will tend to her husband. Which is it's not a wicked thing for a woman to tend to her husband, but she still has to carry out her duties as a woman in the Lord. She still has to keep order. She still has to serve the Lord. She still has to read. She still has to pray. She can't be too caught up into worldly things, but staying in order at the same time under her husband. Okay. Because I'm not going to sit here and tell any woman out there that believes in Yahweh Shema Shai, the true doctrine, to start disrespecting your husband because he's not in the truth. Nope. It's not how the Lord intended for things to be. All right. But as long as you're tending upon the Lord will see that and he'll grant thee favor. All right. Now, this is another point that I want to read. It says, "In this I speak for your own profit, for our profit." All these things that we just went through, all these verses, for our profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction. All right, so don't let this world distract us. All right, is the point. Let's get this. In the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, in verse 3-4, it says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." Let's get this word entangleth. Got the hiccups. So when you go into the word entangleth, Strong's G 1707, empleco, which says to enweave of a thing, to entangle, to involve in. Okay, I want to get this word enweave. Thinking about what these nigger women, right? When they get their hair done, what do? They get a bundle of weave and they tangle it in or sew it in with their real hair, however much they have. But they get this word in weave, right? When you get to this word in weave, okay, it's not giving me much right here. We got to get into this word, man. We got to get into this word. and weave. Let's just get the word weave, right? W-E-A-V, right? So get the word weave, W-E-A-V-E, in the etymology line from the Old English wafan, to weave, formed by interlacing yarn, figuratively devise, contrive, arrange. Ooh, shit. Let's use it, Salakia. Excuse my French, where it says to weave. So I want to insert that word. I want to insert that word arrange into the precept. It says, no man that warreth arrangeth himself with the affairs of this life. You know, so you're not getting caught up with the affairs of this life, man. You know, you're handling your business as need be, and you're moving on. You know, you're not in no entanglement with the world. All right? You know, hey, we're set here to be soldiers and champions for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier, which that word soldier breaks down to being a champion for the cause of Yahweh Shai. Okay? So we have a job to do here on earth. And our job to do here on earth is to chant down Babylon via through these prophecies, via through the putting Esau Edom's wickedness on blast in the sight of the people with infallible proofs. Okay, let's get that word infallible, and believe it. Maybe mentioned that in the scriptures, infallible. All right, let's see if I spelled this right. Infallible, right? This is the book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 3. I'm going to read it, and I really just want to get the definition of this word, but I'll read it. It says, to whom also he shewed himself alive after his passion by many infallible proofs, being seen of them 40 days, and speaking of the things pertaining to the kingdom of the Most High, which this is talking about Yahweh Shai once he rose after the third day, and he showed himself unto the apostles. Okay, you know, let's get this word infallible. When you get this word infallible, right? Strong's G 5039, Tekmerion, which says that from which something is surely and plainly known on indubitable evidence, a proof. What is indubitable? Indubitable means impossible to doubt, unquestionable. You know? So, hey, with infallible, indubitable proofs. Okay? So, you know, the things that we have coming down the line, man, for us, that are set up for us on the longevity end, that's what we got to set our minds on, man. Attend upon the Lord without distraction. And guess what? You know, for those of you that are new, you know, and this is not a fear tactic, but just, you know, speaking in truth and sincerity, that it's not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to have to fight some battles, man. You know, it says the spirit warreth against the flesh. Right? Let's get that. I'm getting ready to close it down here in a second. They correct my words when I don't need it. Okay. So like, yeah, I'm struggling with this word right now. So like, yeah. Where we at? Yep, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 17. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. Okay? The tangible things that we enjoy, you know, the bone that we've been thrown, that is ultimately of the flesh. The spirit is what? Getting the understanding the deep dark sayings of the Lord, going into our history, understanding the true names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and pushing those, glorifying those names in the congregation of the people, carrying out good conduct in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to our best abilities. Okay? And these are contrary one to another. That means they're opposite one to another. They fight against each other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Because that flesh, if you get too consumed in that flesh, you ain't gonna be doing pleasable things towards the Lord. All right, and that goes from even those of us that know the name. Because we're not exempt. We still have to deal with the flesh, as it says in Corinthians also. Because Corinthians is heavy on the spirit. Where it says that not all things such as are common to men. Let's get that, because I don't want to slaughter that. But that's the end of that precept, and I'm gonna end it off on this one. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 13. It says, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man." All right, that means that you call upon the name, true names, but you think you ain't gonna have to deal with fleshly affairs? You think you're exempt from outside dangers? You exempt from paying bills? You exempt from having woman problems? No. All these things are part of our lives, man. And most of them, if not every single one of them, are part of the curses. So we got to deal with things, man. But the Most High, Yahweh, is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear. Meaning the Most High, if you trust in him, that he's going to put you in position to be on point. He's always going to give you a way out, an option to do better, because that flesh is always going to be there tempting you. This world is always going to be there tempting you, be it through your woman, through your kids, through your siblings, through your cousins, through co-workers, through your boss, whatever. This world is constantly going to tempt you, man. But we have to know how to move around this. And I'll quote what the elder brother here said again. You got to learn how to turn that shit off. All right. So that's going to be the lesson. I do pray that it was edifying, and I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honor is unto my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and safety is to the hopeful elect Akim. Shalom.